Howdy folks, Tonester back. I've got a replay for you today. Boy, I guess I should tell you a little bit. Took me a little while to get this replay working because it would not work in 1.0602, and we're currently in 1.0603, and so the settings are a little bit different. Sorry about that, but that's the way it is. And now I can't open any of the replays that are in 1.0602 or 03 because I've got, anyway, it's an association thing and I'll have to fix it later. So I'm going to record these videos that I could not record before, but it took me forever. So with that said, let's get into the game. I'm platooned with a subscriber, and he is in his Easy 8 and I'm in my Easy 8, and so you'll see during the game that he chats to me a lot. He is actually in Discord with me, I believe, but he has no microphone, so I am answering him, just so you guys know. And we're able to pick up a couple quick shots, and we're up to, about 400 damage, or 300 damage now. So apparently I don't have my things working there, so oh well. There's a lot of stuff not working, but it's okay. You'll get the gist of the replay, right? So we're just using our gun depression, and we're playing this tank as best we can. It has 38 millimeters of side armor, and the frontal hull armor is pretty poor. So I don't recall exactly. It might be 70 or 75 millimeters. It's pretty bad though. And but the turret is actually pretty good, and 128 millimeters is not fantastic pen at tier 6, which is why I carry a fair amount of gold rounds. And I'll use a few, but I'm not going to use a lot in this game. So there are two arties, and it appears that we really don't have much help. We got a T-37, myself, and a KV-2 at this point. And so the KV-2 fired, so I want to make sure and support. So we are using some gold rounds here against the tier 7 heavy. But I'm trying to help this guy a little bit, and you can see that when he shoots at the turret, it can work, So we know that it's going to take him a bit to reload, and doggone it, no good deed goes unpunished, right? So trying to help this KV-2 out, and he kind of blocks me in there, but whatever. So he fires, but I notice that there's a bunch of guys coming around the top, or I'm guessing that they are, right? So I want to be able to push the action up here, and my real thought is that maybe I can get behind this IS-2, because I don't really want to face him frontally, if at all possible. But instead we end up with an IKV, and we fire a gold round at him, which is completely unnecessary. That thing has no armor. But in fact, I might have should have switched to HE rounds, but nevertheless, their light tank comes over, and we're able to pick him up just by paying attention to the map. And we're going to stay hull down here and just do everything we can to stall the enemy. We've got two guys on this flank that are left, and we only had, I think, 3 to begin with, or 4 to begin with. My platoon mate, and there's a nice shot by artillery. My platoon mate and a T-37, which is now dead, and the KV-2, which is now dead. So trying to come around, and I did load HE at this point, because I want to shoot the back of this IKV, if at all possible. I do not want him to escape. And he does see me relatively quickly, but the thing is, I'm hull down and he is not. And another arty shot takes him out, so we're just going to back off. And I realize that T-37 is in cap. And we take a nice big hit by the new light tank, the British Light. But one of the things that you'll notice is that once I take this position, that T-37 really should have left, right? He's already been reset once. But we're just going to creep out here, and all he's probably got is my turret, is my guess. So he's going to have a very hard time penning me, right? So we're using the strengths of the tank to do damage. And I notice this KV-2, and we aim our armor at him because I figure that's my only way of surviving this. And quite honestly, I should have probably turned out that way and went out that way, and we do not pen him any of our shots, right? But luckily, the hero of the day, that T-34-100, comes around and puts some damage into him. And the thing about the T-34-100 is he can take hits from that KV-2. So good on him. And I'm saying affirmative because he just saved my bacon, right? So we've only got one kill, but we've done quite a bit of damage here. And we are in a Tier 7 game. And I see the Scorpion. I'd like to get shots on him, so we're loading HE for him because he's also extremely soft. And I'm kind of hoping I can get shots on him without him seeing me here. And I think about the shot way too long and miss out on a shot. So let's speed it up a little bit here because things go pretty slow for a little bit here. And this, you can climb into this position in any light or medium, and it's actually very good. If you stay in this bush right here, right, the one I just passed, that area, you can control a lot of the map that way. So right now we're just looking for this OHO, or OI, I'm sorry, and it turns out he stayed behind the rock and gone all the way around and come over here. But this bush right here is what I'm talking about. It's really, really good to get vision in the middle. The problem is you can get countered pretty easily if someone jumps on their side of the cap or their side of the hill, and they can proxy you. So that's a concern. Obviously, in a slow medium like this, I wouldn't do that to start out the game. But in any light tank, I like to go there and just create vision. And sometimes you'll catch guys that are trying to cross early. Okay, so let's slow it down here. And so I will be putting up your guys' replays that you sent in to me. So now, I don't know how I did not spot this guy. We are using gold rounds here just because it's an OI. Probably don't need them, but I'd like to pen my shots here. So that is the end of the game. And the nice thing, I guess, about this is you can go look at the after action report with me, and we don't know how much damage we did. So we'll be right back. Okay, guys, Watt replays finally came back up. So we're at the end plates here of the M4A3E8, aka EZ8, and we ended up with an ace tanker and a Confederate medal. We were top of the team by a fair amount, about 500. And our platoon mate, now let's keep in mind, we're trying to teach him, right? So you know, he made a mistake and got in a bad position, and that happens, and that's okay. We ended up winning the game, 2100 damage, and we'll continue to work with him. I can't say his name, Haraf. I don't know, but anyway, Haraf and I have platoon. We platoon maybe 25 battles, so I'm willing to platoon with you guys if you ever get a chance and see me online. Not always, you know, ask, and if I'm available and up to it, I definitely platoon with you. I'm not very good at platooning, I have to say, but I would definitely do it, and we could have some fun together, whether we're doing great or not. We ended up making 2,400 credits after firing a few premium rounds, 31 shots, 24 hits, 18 pens, 2,100 damage, as I said before, 500 blocked by armor, and 865 due to player's assistance, which netted us on a double 2,500 credits, so, or 2,500 experience, sorry. Hope you guys have a good one, and I've got some more replays coming up. We will catch you next time. Tonestra out.